Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. 5 shot and injured close to Denham Town Police Station in Azozo. 5 people were shot and injured on Albert Street in Denham Town in western Kingston about 2:30 Saturday afternoon. Reporters understand that the incident took place in the vicinity of the Denham Town Police Station. The injured persons were reported along Market Street, conversing when they were pounced upon by a group of men armed with handguns who opened fire at them. They reportedly ran into the Denham Town Police Station, where they were assisted to the Kingston Public Hospital by the police. They are currently being treated and are said to be in stable conditions. The location of this incident falls within the zones of special operations. Delivery man killed in St. Elizabeth crash. 32-year-old Siobhan Tugman, a delivery man of a McLeod Close, Old Harbour Bay, St. Catherine, died on Friday from injuries he sustained in a motor vehicle crash along the Peppermint Road in St. Elizabeth. Reports from the Santa Cruz Police are that about 9 a.m., Tugman was driving a Toyota Hiace motor truck towards Santa Cruz when it is alleged that he lost control of the vehicle and crashed into a tree. He was thrown from the vehicle. The police were alerted and he was taken to hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Man admits stabbing his father to death. A 28-year-old has been remanded in custody after appearing in Supreme Court, where he admitted stabbing his father, a former football team manager, to death. Tyshawn Brown was joined by his family, who were close to tears as he confessed to the manslaughter of his 52-year-old father, Amon Brown. Detective Sergeant Jason Simmet said after Wednesday's hearing, "There are no winners in this case. The family is distraught, understandably, and at least today, there is some satisfaction that justice has been served. This is, as you can appreciate, a very emotional time for the family. There's a lot of grief and pain. The family is coping and we do wish them well," he added. Simmet said that the guilty plea to manslaughter was certainly the right decision to make given the circumstance. He added, "It certainly helps to alleviate some of the frustration and sense of fear among the family, so we're happy for that decision." Brown, a former football player and manager of the Boulevard Community Club football team, known as Blazers, suffered around 25 stab wounds in July 2020 during an incident at Warwick Parish. Presiding Judge Williams remanded the defendant in custody. She said the announcement will be made for his sentencing date. Tributes flow for social media influencer killed in Trelawney crash. Tributes are flowing across social media for a popular YouTuber who was among 3 people killed in a motor vehicle accident on Friday night in Trelawney. Lexian Williams, 20 years old, popularly known as Lexi D. Best, was tragically killed when the Toyota Mark X motor car in which she was traveling collided with a Toyota Voxy on the North Coast Highway in Spring Hill. She was reportedly en route to a party in Rayabina Square. The driver of the Voxy, 38-year-old Andrew Codner of Exchange in St. Anne, and another person also died in the crash. Several tourists were reportedly injured in the incident. Williams' death has sent shockwaves across social media, where she is being remembered as a rising content creator. "What is man? I always watch her videos. Life shanty man. I pray that she's sleeping in peace," wrote one man. Add a woman, "Lexi, no, on your way to something and didn't make it, Jaja, rest up the best." In 2021, Williams was the grand prize winner of Cashmate Entertainment 876 Roommates, a reality television series featuring comedians across Jamaica. Always admire her as a creative content creator and a fun individual. "What is life, E-man? You're up here this minute and the boss then you're gone," another social media user wrote in tribute. Meanwhile, others use the opportunity to appeal to motorists to exercise care as they travel on the roadways, especially given the fact that the country was not reopened. "You all want to go out and enjoy yourself, but stop the speeding, especially when you come from party," one woman wrote. Major fire devastates businesses in Montego Bay. Several business operators are now counting their losses following a major fire in Montego Bay, St. James yesterday morning. It is reported that sometime between 2 and 3, fire was seen coming from a building on Rivers Bay Road. The blaze then spread to shops at the People's Arcade, which is located in front of the building. A warehouse and a workshop were among properties at the arcade that were gutted. Firefighters were called in, who tackled the blaze for hours. The devastated operators are appealing for assistance. The losses are estimated to be in the millions. Man accused of breaking into Juicy said he was hungry, court was told. A man accused of being one of 3 persons who attempted to break into a popular patty shop on Constant Spring Road in St. Andrew reportedly told the police when he was held that he was hungry. "Me did hungry, when me did fi go do, officer? Stay home and dead fi hungry?" read the prosecutor from a statement amid laughter from persons in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday. The hilarious caution statement was attributed to accused Cahill Grant. Grant and his co-accused Nico Richards and Markin Slater were all granted bail by Chief Parish Judge Chester Cox in the sum of $300,000 and a charge of shop-breaking and attempted larceny on condition that they report to Constant Spring Police Station on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays and abide by 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew order. They were also warned not to contact or interfere with any of the witnesses in the matter. The accused were granted bail following a recommendation from the police that they be given bail with conditions. The court heard that the men were picked up by the police along Whitehall Avenue in St. Andrew on January 23rd at 1 a.m. after the police had received information about an attempted break-in at Juicy Patty's outlet along Constant Spring Road. They were reportedly pointed out by a security guard after they were arrested and brought back to the location on the night of the incident. When cautioned, Grant reportedly told the police that he was hungry. The others made no comment. The men are to return to court on May 11. Teen among 4 charged for Manchester murder. 3 teens are among 4 persons charged for the murder of 50-year-old O'Neill Francis in Greenville, Manchester. Charged are 19-year-old laborer Michael Myers, 24-year-old Kirkland Antwin, otherwise called Ratty, 18-year-old welder Rajani Griffiths, and a 17-year-old boy, all of Greenville District in Manchester. The police report that about 9 p.m. on Saturday, March 12, an argument developed between Antwin and Francis when all 4 accused attacked him and chased after him. Antwin allegedly inflicted wounds to Francis' abdomen and robbed him of cash. The police say about 7 a.m. on Sunday, March 13, residents discovered the body of Francis in bushes with multiple stab wounds. The police were alerted and upon their arrival, the scene was processed and the body removed to the morgue. All 4 persons were taken into custody and charged with the murder on Friday, March 18, following an investigation. Their court date is being finalized. Restrictions on burials lifted. Minister of Local Government Desmond Mackenzie is advising that the restrictions on burials have been lifted. Mackenzie says this is a result of the revocation of orders under the DRMA Disaster Risk Management Act, which was withdrawn effective Friday. Subsequently, burials may not be held daily, and there is no time limit for burials. Further, there is no restriction on the number of mourners, clergy, undertakers, and other persons attending a burial. I know that this will be a tremendous relief to families all over the country who want to say farewell to their deceased relatives in the traditional Jamaican way and in keeping with the various denominational conventions, said Mackenzie in a statement. While the restriction is being lifted, I still want to urge everyone to act responsibly to reduce risk and safeguard your health, he added. Opposition tried PNP for gimmick fines against ministers. Opposition spokesperson on Justice Donna Scott Motley is tried in PNP Andrew Holness for his handling of the 5 cabinet ministers who appeared to flaunt COVID-19 regulations while attending an entertainment event Tuesday night. The government has been facing backlash after the ministers were seen at the Alpha Album launch of Jamaican sensation Censure. Speaking in Parliament on Thursday, Holness indicated that the cabinet ministers have been ordered to donate $100,000 each to a charity or assist Jamaicans currently before the courts for breaches of the Disaster Risk Management Act (DRMA). Some people were starstruck and forget their senses. I believe they should be fined. And so Minister Olivia Grange, who is used to being among stars and kept her mask on, I am appointing new minister to collect $100,000 from every minister who was there and make a donation to a worthy charity, Holness said. Scott Motley is accusing Holness of indulging in a gimmick of purporting to impose a fine on the ministers, arguing that his action made a mockery of Jamaicans and shows gross disregard for the judicial process. She said that his action has offended the sensibilities of Jamaicans, many of whom have been subjected to hefty fines or jail time for breaching COVID-19 rules. For the Prime Minister to come to Parliament and joke about a matter that has inflicted serious injustice and harm on many lives shows blatant contempt and disregard for the people and the processes that govern them, Scott Motley stated. She argued that the Prime Minister's remarks reflect a blatant double standard in law enforcement, further reinforcing the reality of two Jamaicas. Scott Motley underscores that since the DRMA orders were introduced, the opposition called for the implementation of a ticketing system to set out standard, modest fines for breaches. This ticketing system was never implemented, and many Jamaicans had to endure disproportionate and oppressive punishment by the legal system, she charged. She is calling for Holness to apologize publicly for his remarks, which she said has trivialized a serious matter affecting the rule of law and have left Jamaicans with a bitter taste in their mouths. NAA gets bus to boost broadband rollout. The Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology has procured a Toyota Hiace bus for the purpose of aiding the execution of services related to the National Broadband Initiative (NBI). The vehicle was handed over to the National Works Agency (NAA) on Thursday, March 17, during a ceremony held at the Ministry's Trafalgar Road office in New Kingston. It will be used to assist with the transportation of fiber technicians and the installation of fiber optics cables across Jamaica. Portfolio Minister Darrell Voss said that the handover marks the ministry's investment in its partnership with the NAA and the initiative at large. We are pleased to hand over this vehicle to the NAA. At the ministry, we view the NAA as a vital partner in the rollout of the NBI, a partner which has and continues to be instrumental in undertaking the requisite infrastructural and technical works to boost the broadband capacity of Jamaica, Voss said. He noted that the COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted a significant digital divide in Jamaica and the importance of bridging the same. Voss implored the NAA to take good care of the unit and to use it for its intended purpose. The NBI aims to have every household and every community connected to the internet. The initiative forms part of the government's goal of having a truly digital society by 2030. Task Force to drive implementation of NEDS. Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister, Floyd Green, has indicated that Cabinet has given approval for the establishment of a task force to drive the implementation of the National Identification System (NEDS). Green said that the task force will be comprised of persons from the public and private sectors. We will have the public sector, especially those critical agencies that our people will have to interact with. So we will have Tax Administration Jamaica (TAJ), our Ministry of Labour and Social Security that deals with the program of Advanced Through Health and Education path, the Ministry of Education and Youth and more, Green outlined. Additionally, we'll have the private sector, so we'll have the banks, various private entities, and we will have our international partners, he noted. He was addressing a NIT sensation session at Sam Shaw Teachers College in Granville St. James on Wednesday. Green said that the implementation task force will identify use cases for NEDS. What we're going to be doing is to look at the scenarios where people interact with government and see how we can digitize them and make them more available, he stated. So for example, where we want to move to is that you do not need a separate card to prove that you are licensed to drive a motor vehicle. Your NEDS card over time will become your driver's license. We will also love to move to a stage where you can fully transfer motor vehicles without having to walk into a tax office, Green pointed out. He noted that the National Identification System, which will become fully operational this year, will provide a comprehensive and secure structure to enable the collection and storage of identity information. This secured, voluntary tool can also verify an individual's identity, facilitate the electronic signing of documents, and securely access a range of government services online. Third-year special education teacher in training at Sam Shaw Teachers College, LaFont Bailey, reported that the sensitization session helped her to have a better understanding of NEDS. She said she's looking forward to the rollout of the program. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.